Yeah, good afternoon. I think it's afternoon. It's 1:23. Today I'm outside again. So I'm going to talk about Martingale and how risk management, handling money, and how those things work. Keep up with me here, real fast, real fast. Now, first of all, a Martingale is a type of system which we use in, or you can use, or like we use it in our VIPs, but you can use it in any way you want. You get it's a betting system, gambling and things like that. Anyway, let's begin with odd two. Odd two. That means your money doubles when you make a stake, right? So if you stake on you use like $1,000 or like any currency you want, but let's stick to 1,000, right? And you place it on an odd two, you are earning 20,000, right? It's not that hard to understand. Anyway, but then if you lose the stake, the match can lose, right? Because when you win, you're doubling your money, but when you lose, you've lost your money, right? Now, the Martingale system, that's where it comes in. So, on the next odd two, because now these odd twos are not at the same, they're not at the same time. So, if one is starting like at 1, the other one will start like at 4 when this one has already ended. So, you know what to do because the other game has already ended. Anyway, the next game, you're supposed to double your money. So, you're supposed to like double the $1,000 and make it $2,000 on the next odd two. Now, when you put $2,000 on odd two, remember the money doubles. So, basically, you are working to doubling your money. Doubling your money means you're working for 40,000. So, sorry, you're working for 4,000. 4,000. It means the 20,000 you have staked is back. The 10,000 that you lost in the previous bet is back. And the 1,000 that you're supposed to earn in profit is also earned, finally. So at this point, you are back at ground zero. You have not lost anything because you've recovered all your losses. But at the same time, you have won an extra 1,000. You get? Then, we can have another example. Odd 1.5. Now, every odd is different. Now, this is 1.5. If you're using 1,000 like we used in the previous one, we're going to do something like 1,000 times 1.5 is going to give you $1,500, something like that, or any currency that you have, right? And 1,000 times 1.5, imagine it fails because it can fail. Things happen, right? Now, when it fails, you've lost 1,000, right? So now we have to recover it again. Now, 1.5 is different. For it, we triple. We don't double. You understand? So you triple it to $3,000 and you put it on the next odd 1.5 after this game has ended, the game that has failed. That means you're working for like 4,500. 4,500 means the 3,000 you have placed, you have staked, or you have used as your stake is back automatically. The 1,000 you lost in the previous one is back, obviously. And the 500 that you're supposed to be working for in the first place has been earned. You understand what I'm saying? So 4,500 can be broken down like that, right? It's not that hard. Then let's get another example. Random odds. You can call them singles or something like that, but random. They could change anytime. We're going to use odds 1.4, 1.35, and 1.2. Imagine the first game has an odd of 1.4, right? Now 1.4 multiplied by 1,000. 1,000 is our initial stake. Listen, there's going to be keywords, and one of those keywords is initial stake, the money you're beginning with. It is one of the keywords that we use in this strategy. Now let's roll again. Odds 1.4, 1.35, and 1.42. Now if you put 1,000 on an odd 1.4 and you win, you're going to earn 1,400. That means you have a profit of 400, right? And the 1,000 you already came with it. It's already capital that you already have. Imagine the second one loses, like odd 1.35. that means you've lost 1,000 shillings, $1,000, 1,000 pounds, 1,000 whatever. You have lost it. Anyway, now for the next odd, which is odd 1.42. Remember, these are singles, so every odd is different. You have to calculate how much you're going to stake in order to earn the money lost back. Remember, we've already lost 1,000, so we have to create a stake which helps us earn back our 1,000, earn the 420 because it's odd 1.42. You get, and then also, you know, earn that very stake back that we are going to use. Right? Let's roll. Mathematics is quite simple. I'll be very open with this. We don't have to go into the originals and everything. I'll just give you the I'll just give you the formula direct. So you get the money lost and you add it with the money won, then you divide it with the current odd minus 1. Remember, the money lost and the money won should be in brackets, and then the current odd minus 1 should also be in its own brackets. So you divide them after calculating both of them independently. You understand? Now let's roll. We have lost $1,000, right? You add the 420. Remember, our odd is 1.42. So imagine that you are still on your initial stake. If you're still on your initial stake, which is 1,400, you are working for 400, which is 1,000, sorry, which is 1,000. If you're still on your initial stake, which is 1,000, you are obviously working for 420 as a profit. So that's the profit we're working for, 420, plus the 1,000, which is the money lost. We divide it by 1.42 minus 1. That will give us 1420 divided by 0.42, right? And in that case, it will give us around 3380 when you round it off a little bit. Like, make sure you round it off like by one figure. It helps in recovering the profits. You understand? So 3,380 shillings. Are we together? Anyway, 3,380 times, or like you multiply it with the odd, because now that's the stake. That's the stake we're going to be using, right? 3,380. You multiply it with 1.42, which is our odd. You can use your calculators for these things. And the next thing, you're going to be making 400, 801, maybe 0.02 or something like that, but it's 400, 801 in a nutshell. Now, let's put this on to test. 4,801. Let's subtract 3,380, which we have used to stake it. And we shall remain with 1,421. It's not that hard, right? Now subtract the 1,000 that we lost in the first stake. We are remaining, you subtract 1,421 minus 1,000 itself, you remain with 421. Close to the accurate odd of 420, right? That's why I said you round off the figure a little bit. Now, what does that mean? That means very simple thing. You have recovered what you've lost, but also you have gained the profit that you're supposed to be working for in this particular game. So, Martingale is meant to actually shoot two birds, one stone. How so? You recover the loss and also gain the profit. It's that simple. Let's look at another keyword. Changing odds and changing stakes, right? Let's go back to where we started. Odd 2, right? And you have imagine like 2.4, right? You multiply it by like the 1,000. You're going to earn 2,400. Remember, it's odd 2. Ideally, money is supposed to double, but it has more than doubled because the odd is bigger. It's 2.4. Sometimes odds can get a little bit bigger than they're supposed to get. So it's 2.4. You're working for 1,400 as profits. You get? Now, if you lose the next game, like maybe at 2.02, yeah, you've lost 1,000. Then on the next game, which could be like 2.15, just giving an example, you will earn 4,300 shillings, dollars, whatever you want to call it, 4,300, right? So 2.15 times 2,000, because now we've doubled, we're earning 4,300. But remember, we're supposed to ideally just work for 1,000. You double our initial stake, but we have done more than double. We've earned 4,300. Remember, in the first game, which was a 2.4, so we won 2,400, which is 1,400. Now there's an extra 400 here. Here there's an extra 300, and we could have another game like 2.11, and you could earn like a 4,000, like a 2,200, right, in profits. 2,200. That's an extra 200. So sometimes with these changing odds, your profits will increase based on those additional odds. So now you can win 4 games, but then the profits you have are worth 5 games, right? Because of these increasing odds. But remember, the same applies when the odds are lesser. When you use lesser odds, you lose a lot more profits. You can win 4 games and have profits worth 2 games. So it works, like that. It doesn't work in isolation. You understand? So it can be advantageous, it can be a disadvantage at the same time. Think of it whichever way you want. Another key word we can look at is a strike. Now, a strike is when you stop. Sometimes losses can be too much, so you need to stop. You stop the addiction from taking over. So you stop at some point. When do you stop? Think of it like this. If you have an odd 2, if you double every time you lose, remember you lose consecutively. If you lose consecutively, then danger, because you're going to say 1,000, you lose. Then you get 2,000, you lose that again. And you go 4,000, you lose that again. And then you go 8,000, you lose that again. And you go 16,000. Do you understand? So sometimes you don't have the 16,000. Sometimes you have it, but you need to know when to stop. But that would be a video for another time, when I'm coming back to talk about how our investments work and how we worked maybe the previous month or things like that. But even odd 3 is the same thing. 1,000, 3,000, 9,000, 27,000. Like, it gets more expensive the more you lose. So you need to understand that at some point you need to stop, right? But like I said, that will be a conversation for another day. For now, that is how the Martingale sequence works. You add on some money depending on the odd. The odds can change, the odds can be static, but that's how it works. That's how it works. It's just that simple. It's not that hard, and you can actually use it on any odd 3, odd 4, odd 5, odd 1.6, odd 1 point whatever, anything, any odd, your choice. Simple math, basic understanding. You understand? So you can go out, try it out, make examples out of it, do whatever you can. You can come, join our investment, join our VIP, join our games, join whatever. We have a lot of strategies, and I'm going to talk about more of them here. Different strategies in this game, and how you can actually age, and how you can survive sometimes, depending on how you want to see it. Are we together? Good afternoon. Lero ndi wabweru as usual again. Njaga nnyo wabweru okuva lwe naali mbirwadde byange. Wabweru wanyumira. Lero tugenda tutunula Martingale byanjawulo, so kikozesa mu audio najjo yagadde. Naye n'okutegeera ekintu bwe kikola. Naye tutandike ku kyangu. Ekisooka tutandike ne audio nyangu. Singa okozesa 10. Tutandikire ku sente nyangu. Singa okozesa 10. 10 lumu bwe luti. Tegera. Nolusiba ku audio oba pointer 2. Otegera. Oba osasula 2,000. Otegera. Ne kati 10 singa balukuba, olina okudabulinga olwo 10. Pointer 2 eddako ogisibeko 2,000. Otegera. How? Nti game esooka yabadde ku ssaawa 7. Eddako ayinza okuba nga ssaawa nga 4. Ssaawa nga 10. Ayinza okuba ssaawa nga 10. Otegera. Game eriba yawedde dda. So eno baba bagikubye, olina obudde obumala okutegeka 2,000 zogenda okusiba ku yesaawa 10. Eyo tuba tukolera 4,000. 4,000 kitegeeza nti ebbiri z'osibye zikomyewo, olukumi lwe bakubye emabega nalwo lumaze ne lukomawo, n'olukumi lwe tulina okukolera nalwo lumaze ne lujja. Otegeera odi 2 bwetyo bwekola. Naye tulina ne odi 1.5. Otegeera kati odi 1.5 ate yo ndalamu oba onfuna. Odi 1.5 you triple nti bw'okwata odi 1.5 n'ogiteekako olukumi olya 1,500 naye bwe baba bazikubye otegeera olya 10,000 nga tugambe 3,000 sorry bwe baba bazikubye ziba zigenze otegeera kati bw'otripolinga n'ozifuula 3,000 n'oziteeka ku 1.5 eddako obeera okolera 4,500 kitegeeza nti esatu z'osibye zennyini zikomyewo, olukumi lwe basimbye ekkubo emabega luzizza ezo si 4,000 then n'ebitaano bye tutegeddwa nga tuli mu kkolera niyo bimaze ne bijja. Okitegeera bwetyo bwekola. So nga ate tutunire odi eza bulijjo like random odds. Could be random. Nja kucha kulabirako. Tukozese odi nga 1.4, 1.35, maybe ne 1.42 tugendera awo. Okitegeera. Kakati bw'okozesa ezo omanya olina bw'okwata olukumi n'oteeka ku 1.4 oba okola 1,400 oba okolera 400. Maybe kati tugambe odi eddako nga eri 1.35 n'oteekako olukumi ne bazikuba. Olukumi luyiseemu lugenze. Kati kye tukola tulina okufuna stake empya. Okitegeera stake empya nga ku odi eddako onfuna nga ku odi eddako ekomyewo n'olukumi lwe bakubye ate nga ereeta n'amagoba gerina okuleeta etya stake eddako odi eddako eri 1.42 kati awo omanya bumanya nti singa tubadde tusibako olukumi tubaye tukolera 420. Okitegeera kati okwata calculator ebyayo byangu money lost plus money won divide by current odd minus 1 sente ze bakubye gattako sente ze wakawangula sente ze bakubye gattako sente zolina okuwangula. Okitegeera then is dividing ne odd gy'olina essaawa zino 1.42 minus 1 onfuna ekitegeeza ogenda funa gumu 1,200 odividing 1.42 minus 1 eba 0.42 bw'ozi dividing ez'ebbiri ofuna 3,308 rounding off actually by figure ngemu mpola mpola otambulira awo. So you learn to round off simple math. Kati 3,308 bw'okubisaamu 1.42 eri current kati yeriko kuba yeddako ofuna ofuna 481 onfuna 481 bino byonna byenjagala osogenda calculator n'obigeresa 481 jako 3,308 z'otandise nazo zo zigyeko osigaza 1,421 kuba ziri z'osangiddwa ozirina waze nazo 1,421 jako olukumi lwe basembye okukuba emabega osigaza 421. Simple. Okomezaawo ze bakubye kyokka alina amagoba gano 4,2 nago ogazizza nago ogafunye. It's not that hard. Okitegeera si kizibu nga bw'olowooza oba onfuna. Kakati awo ne tubeera ne odi okukyuka. Okitegeera odi esobola okukyuka ekyo nakyo gye kiri. Odi bw'ekyuka you double tutambuleko odi tunga ekyokulabirako you double when you lose. Okitegeera ekitegeeza nti 2.4 bw'oteekako olukumi oba olya 2,400. Okitegeera kati odi ddako tugambe eringa 2.02 bagikubye odi ddako neba 2.15 no doubling n'okola 10,2 oba okolera 4,300 bageza 2.15 ofuna 4,300 1,300 kitegeeza ebbiri zaffe zikomyewo olukumi lwe basime tukola lukomyewo olukumi lwe tukolera tufunye ne extra ya siringi 3. Jukira ne mu yasoose mu yasoose twafunye extra ya 4 tugende n'okwata endala nga ya 2.11 n'okolera 1200 nga mu 2 era oba ne extra ya siringi 2 kati extra ezo ezijja bw'ozigattagatta osobola okuwangula geemu 4 naye ng'olina amagoba ga geemu meka 5 oba okitegeera ng'olina amagoba ga geemu 5 then naye tukitegeeza n'amagoba nga bwe gakendeera otegeera amagoba bwe gaba nga odi bweba nga ntonoko nga si 2 kyokka oli mukozesa sente za odi 2 oli mu kudabulinga kyokka odabulingidde ku 1.95 amagoba gakendeerera ddala so nga bwe gayingiwala wano ng'odabulinze ng'okozesa odi ennyingiko era bwe kakendeera nga odi ozitemye oba onfuna kye nkugamba anyway kakati waliwo ekirala strikes dirwokoma ekyo kyo nakinyonyolako olulala nga bwe mbadde eri mu luzungu sodde kinyonyola ne wano sijja kusobola kinyonyola naye nja kinyonyola olulala otegera strikes nti bw'osiba 10 buli lwe bakuba nga odabulinga 2,000 14 kanaana gumu kakaaga wesotuuka nga maybe ogumu kakaaga togulina kati olina okumanya ddi wawe ntandikira wawe enkoma naye nga ngambe tujja byogerako nnyo mu investment nga twogera ku bwe twakoze n'ebintu ng'ebyo then n'otunuulira 1.5 nayo 10 3 9 2 so it becomes more expensive buli lweyongerako so okumanya wokoma kikulu oba onfuna anyway njagadde message njizeeko ne mu Luganda ekyo kive mu ddiiro n'aba oluzungu nakyo kibeera eri mbikole byonna ategeera kiri ategeere kino ategeera kino ategeere kino ategeera byombi bw'onaatuwira emirundi 2 maybe kina bwe kijja okukolera oba onfuna anyway nsibe bulungi bantu bange gemu zange ez'obwereere zatandise dde za pointer 2 so kange nenzigoberere then oluvannyuma ya tujja kukomawo tuzogereko gemu eziddako zijja kuba nga za 12 kitundu olwaleero nendo za video we nagipostingire okumala ku editinga na buli kimwe ezo games zijja kuba zaweerera naye nazo tujja kuzikolera video specials zaazo nga tuzitunuulira oba kitegeera